And welcome to another edition of the MNBL basketball. We got the Bullets, who are in what, fourth place, Mr. Sean Hickey?
Yes, they are.
And we got the Kings, who the win last week over the Celtics puts them in the 6th seed. Kings have had a bad year. They're on a down year. All their seniors graduated last year. They're definitely not the team of last year. But the Bullets, though, are surprisingly a very good team this year.
Yes, they are. They really surprised me at being in the 4th seed as we speak today. They were a good team last year, but they didn't play well as a group.
No, last year was definitely a down year for these Bullets. They really didn't have much. They lost a lot of their talent 2 years previous to this year, when they won the championship. So last year was definitely a rebuilding year, and this year, if you're Coach Steve Wright, you just got to be absolutely happy with the way the team has played this year.
Absolutely.
Exceeded everyone's expectations.
I didn't even have them on my list to go to the playoffs, and look where they are today.
If you would have asked me preseason with these Bullets in the playoffs, I would have said no. I would have put them at the bottom of the league with the Lakers and the Kings and the Celtics. But they have definitely played good. Jerome Dean is probably going to be the Rookie of the Year. If he's not the Rookie of the Year, I think they're... And I'm a coach, so I'm saying this as a coach. I think, hands down, he may have locked it up. But there are a few other good rookie players who are sophomores in this league who's going to give him the competition.
Shaq?
On his own team, right there. Shaq, huge guy.
Believe me, I've posted up against him, and it's not fun.
What do you like your chances against these Bullets teams?
They gave us our first loss of the season, so we kind of know what to expect from them. They do have one problem.
What's that problem?
I won't say.
You want Shaq? Is that what you just said?
I won't say.
Oh, you won't say. Okay. It is an early 4-1 lead by the Bullets. By the Kings, I'm sorry. Bullets are having trouble getting into an offense. Clean block there down low by Ricketts. Taquan Ross.
He is another player who should be in the running for the Rookie of the Year.
Is he's a sophomore?
I believe so.
He's surprisingly. I haven't seen a lot of Kings games this year, but he's surprisingly good. And they're bringing the ball up to. Oh, bad pass, picked off by
Diaz.
I thought it was Diaz. He looks different.
Yeah.
I want to talk about how the Bullets win and the playoff game.
What?
Like the Bullets win.
No, it's not. The Hawks got the tiebreaker.
If the Bullets win, the Hawks will win against the Bullets in a tiebreaker.
No, they don't. We talked about this at the last meeting.
I'm telling you what, the Hawks again,
Jump ball. Steven Chuck and Sean McPhilly will tip off.
Who you got having winning this jump?
I have Sean McPhilly. But getting back to the Bullets, did you have them going to the playoffs, or did you have them one or two games out?
Oh, me, I had him way out of the playoffs. Jumper by Ricketts.
Rebound by Shaq.
Rebound by Shakiris. And Diaz is bringing it up the court. Ross is dribble. Kicks it to Ricketts. Ricketts trying to penetrate. Oh, that's a travel. He drug those pivot feet. Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
I think that was blatant.
Good call by the ref over there.
It is 6-4, 5 minutes gone by in this first quarter. Kings are playing pretty well on D. They're not giving the Bullets a lot of good looks.
foul on Taquan Ross. Diaz with the ball.
I thought we said the tie break. Second between. Oh, they split. I was thinking about.
Counted in the foul.
Okay.
Shakir Samexon.
Okay, that's right. I'm sorry. You were right. Shakir's at the line shooting too. You missed both of them. Shakir just muscled his way into that basket for the easy layup. Bullets have the 2-point lead. Big game today. Because if the Bullets can pull off this victory, it forces a playoff tomorrow with the Hawks for the 3rd seed in the playoffs. Sean, I know you're a member of the Sixers and you got the #1 seed locked up. Who would you rather see, Bullets or Hawks?
To be honest with you, both teams, they are a good team, or they wouldn't be going to the playoffs to begin with. But if I had to pick, I would have to pick the Hawks.
And by the way, we're seeing our second jump between these two guys. And it was one again. They both did the initial tip-off too? Wow.
Minnesota for 2.
And it is 8-8, Menajar with the deep deuce. Shakiris is going to drive on that. Kicks it out to Diaz. Diaz is trying to create penetration, and there's going to be a jump.
3 seconds on the Bullets.
Oh, 3 seconds? Did I hear 3 seconds? Now, before we even... I kind of got ahead of myself when I asked you who would you rather see. If the Bullets do hold on to win this game against the Kings, who do you think will actually win in the game tomorrow against the Hawks and Bullets?
The Bullets.
You think the Bullets? I think the Bullets have played a lot better in this second half of the season. I mean, they weren't hot from the very beginning. They've increasingly gotten better and better and better this year, and they've grown as a team. And they've got a lot of people coming back next year from this team, and they draft well. They can have another impressive run, I think, next year, especially if you got Jerome Dean running your team.
They have Jerome Dean and Shakir Samexon.
That's all you need. To be successful in this league, you need 2 powerhouse players and a bunch of good players surrounding them, like semi-good players. You need 2 really good players, basically, to run a team. I think if the Bullets can bring both of them back next year and they don't go play varsity or JV, I think you're seeing another Bullets team that are going to be in the playoffs next year.
I will have to agree with you on
Menajar passes up the jumper. He's going to take this one, though. And Diaz has the rebound. Oh, Diaz is just going to keep on going. Oh!
Rejected by Ricketts.
Ricketts said, get that stank out of here. Diaz thought he was going to go coast to coast, and Ricketts changed that. Diaz on the inbounds, bad throw-in. Taquan Ross with the steal. He's got, and a bad pass.
Throws the ball away.
They had numbers. They had a 2-on-0 break ahead, and he just threw it away.
Highlands Joseph with the ball.
Dribbling around the perimeter. Oh, and the MNBL picks him off. And 1. Huh? And 2. It's an and 2 now. Who's who?
Him right there. But
Oh, the skinny kind of number 3? I don't have a roster in front of me. I haven't seen him know very much. MNBL misses the first of 2. Sammy Fan is getting ready to check into the game for the first time. MNBL misses both, but Taquan Ross Oh, couldn't put it down. He got the offensive rebound, but couldn't finish at the boards.
Once again, Shaq with the rebound. He gets usually between 5 and 6 boards a game.
Diaz and Shaq were not on the same page on that play.
But this Bullets team, they do play very well as a team.
Oh, that they do. They understand the team concept, and they really do that. They play team basketball. Although Jerome Deem and Shakiris are their best players, they don't look for all the shots. They pass the ball around, and they give everybody chances to score.
Hit the Bullets first.
Navarre bringing the ball up for the Kings. Ricketts. Oh. Who got that? Was that Shakiris or Fan that got that? I know they were both surrounding him.
It was Shakiris.
Oh, got the poke in there by... Stays Kings ball.
This is a very different looking Kings team right now.
It is. We have an 8-8 tie here, less than a minute to go in this first quarter. Kings are playing very good D against this Bullets team. They're not giving up a lot of inside shots. But you got to box out.
You have to box out. There's no ifs, ands, questions.
You just can't let...
You just can't let a person...
Exactly. You can't let him dominate. I couldn't have said it better. You can't let a guy just come right down the middle. But hey, 10-8, 15 seconds left. You think the Kings are going to be probably holding for the last shot?
At least they should.
They should. I think they're going... No, maybe not. Oh, deep deuce by Menajar. Hey, we see tens at the end of the first. I see 10-10. Exactly. 10-10 with 10 minutes to go in the first half, as Go Ref Go just said. How did you think that first quarter went for the Bullets?
If you have to ask me, they didn't really play that well. They didn't go to the middle. They didn't swing the ball. They didn't try to work the ball inside enough.
No, they didn't. They're trying to create shots right now instead of doing their patient offense that they've been doing this year. And it's not working. The Kings are playing very good down low, and they're making them work for every shot that they get.
The Kings are very good.
Oh, Ricketts down low. Oh, he got the foul. That was a nice pass by Menajar to Ricketts. But Ricketts was fouled going up for the shot.
The one bright spot about the Kings is that they do play decent defense.
You could say the same about some other teams in this league that are having down years too. But Kings definitely do play great defenses, but the problem with them is their scoring has been down this year. There's not one person who has been consistent each week with scoring the basketball. Ricketts has had a much stronger second half of the year than he did the first half of the year. Ross has come on strong in the second half of the year, but they didn't have the balance of scoring all year. That's why, they'll give up 40, they'll score 40 points a game, but they'll also give up like 50 or 60 sometimes. That's why they don't have a lot of wins.
Sammy Fanfan with the ball.
Fanfan looking for a drive. It's not there. Back to Fanfan. Fanfan still looking to go inside. Can't find anything. Fanfan's going to pull up and shoot. Foul is on Jerome Dean. Is that his first? That is his first. I don't think anybody is in foul trouble right now. Ricketts is going to drive, kicks it to Taquan. Oh, and Taquan Ross gets blocked by, was that Shakiris again? Shakiris is just everywhere.
He's just...
That is why they call him Shaq.
Nuts. I play in this league, and it is not fun to post up against him.
And Ricketts is going to the line again on a nice drive to the hole and got fouled again. Foul was on Vigo Baudet. That's his second personal. Vigo Baudet. I think that's the guy we didn't know who he was.
This is the first one.
I'm just going by what our announcer, the courtside announcer, Nestor Dudley, was saying. He's using his talents instead being MC than being behind the cable cast booth today. Ricketts makes 1 or 2.
Jerome Dean with the ball.
That's another thing I've noticed that has really killed these Kings this year is poor free throw shooting. Vigo Lodelli, the Fan. Oh, and Fan gets fouled, going to the hole.
You have to hit your free throws because when you go to the line, it's a free shot. You just have to hit them.
Ricketts has a pair of fouls. We have Sammy Fan going to the line for 2. Yeah, you definitely have to hit your free throws. The two of the 3 teams at the bottom of the league have just been plagued by that this year. The Kings and Lakers have just had games where they missed so many free throws, and in games where that you haven't seen a lot of blowouts this year. You haven't seen a lot of 20-plus victories.
It is the year of parity.
It is, as Nestor Dudley would say, it is.
Sammy Fan hits 1 of 2. Jump ball.
50%, and it's 11-11 with 4 minutes gone by in this second quarter. Only 1 point each in this quarter so far. No field goals. Is it both teams are playing good D or both teams aren't working their offense? I think it's a little more that the Kings are playing good D and the Bullets really aren't working their offense to the best of their abilities.
The Bullets, they're trying to create shots. That's not their game.
Yeah.
They have Shakiris in the middle. Go to him. If he's down the block...
Oh, no. That was a heads-up play. The Bullets, Sammy Fan jumped, grabbed the ball, and threw it off a Kings offender, whatever you want to call him at that point, and they got the ball back. Sammy Fan. Oh, he had to get fancy there, but that looked nice. And they scored the first field goal with 5 minutes gone by in this second quarter. 13-11, Bullets with the lead. That was a long drought without a field goal.
Probably the longest drive this season without
the Kings are
a field
just standing. Oh, Ricketts got a deep to mid-range. Rebound. He's down low.
Ooh. Nice move by Sean McFeely.
What was that? Did Sean McFeely just pray to the gods when he threw that up?
He might have.
He just turned around and put it in. That's all that matters. And we got 13 to go with about 4 minutes and 30 left. And that's what we've been talking about, not getting their shot. Sammy Fan took a deep deuce. That's not his shot.
That was an ugly shot.
Wow. And they're getting the travel on Jerome Dean. I'd have to agree with Go Rep Go. He just said you got to be careful with how hard you whip the ball at that referee. You don't want to get him mad and maybe
give you a T.
Quick double T. Menjar for deep 2. Sean McFeely crashing the boards.
We have seen a few of those this year.
And they're going to give the Bullets the timeout. And Glenn Higgins is not happy with that call. Did you hear what he just said? I think he hit the same ball.
Well,
two Kings did have the ball, their hands on the ball, but Coach Steve Wright was calling the timeout before they even got to the ball.
Just under 4 minutes left to go. We are tied at 13. For a combination of 26?
Wow, I couldn't have gotten that right. And what's 26 divided by 2?
Do we have to talk about math right now?
Hey, you're the one who did the 26 thing, not me.
We don't do combos with 26. It's only on the pin.
Sammy Fan, oh, nice mid-range jumper. And McFeely turns it over. Fan leading the break.
That's right in between Dean and Islands Joseph.
How do you do that?
I do not know.
They had numbers.
Issues.
They had numbers. I don't understand. Anyways, let's get back to the action. McFeely. Oh, nice pass. Menajar with the offensive board. They're back at the top. Looks to Ricketts. Ricketts inside and gets the foul. Who they got on that?
His first 6 on the team.
Who's the foul?
Supposed to know that stuff, so
Diaz is checking back into the game. Joseph comes down. (15-13). 3 minutes to go in this second quarter, first half. And he makes the second of 2. Now 15-14. Oh, they got Dean with traveling, and he needs to be careful. Second time he has
He needs to calm down.
made an explosion like that when he got called for traveling, and the ref
not hesitate to give you a T hit. They will not do that.
Ricketts kicks it back out. Menajar. He's going to drive. Oh, and that was just ill-advised. And Sammy Fan off the races. Easy layup. 17-14, 2:30 left in the second quarter. I think Nestor Dudley's having a lot of fun saying that name.
Yes, he is.
Too bad he won't be able to do the announcing next game when Nats and Jackson's playing. We got a double dribble on the Kings. Another turnover. There's been a lot of turnovers so far in this first half. Diaz looks to Dean. Dean can't hit a 3. Ricketts with the rebound. Menajar. Feely with the fake to drive. And he's going to get a foul by Diaz. No shot.
Foul on Jonathan Diaz.
The Kings take a timeout with 2 minutes left in the second quarter. 17-14, Bullets are leading. And the Kings will be going to the line for the 1-and-1.
Who do you have to win the title this year?
I picked the Sonics preseason. I've seen the Sonics play. Been beaten by the Sonics once. Actually beat them once. That was against a weak team. And I'm still going to stick with the Sonics. I think the Sonics, they have the more explosive type offense where they can just score a lot of points quickly. I mean, you go back to the first game of the season when they were playing the Pistons with a 5-man roster, I believe. I think they only had 5 guys playing that game. And they were down by 15 in the second half and came back to beat them. I think whenever you have a team that's just explosive and can score in bunches like they can, You gotta stick with them, and I'm gonna stick with the Sonics because that was my preseason pick after the Jamboree. I think the Sonics. I think it's gonna be a good game though. I think the Sixers and Sonics will be there in the big dance, and I think the Sonics will be able to raise the banner though. But I wouldn't be upset if the Sixers won.
I wouldn't be.
I know you wouldn't be.
It's been 11 years since we raised the banner.
Hopefully the Sixers jinx will be dead. And Dean gets fouled by McFeely. And he did it again. How much leeway are they giving him? How much more is he going to get?
A lot. If I was a ref, he would already have a tap.
Oh, he'd already be gone if I was a ref. I'd just like to give out teas if I was a ref. Now, the only thing I would have given him the technical for was that second time after he got called for traveling and he reacted to the referee. The first time, you know, not like he whipped it at the guy's head.
Yeah.
He wanted to, though.
Oh, no, he wanted to.
He wanted to take off the guy's head.
Menajar. I love how some people get to the line in this league.
Is that bonus?
Hmm?
Is that
Foul
bonus?
on Michelle, his second bonus for the game.
Yeah, let's call it.
Who? The line to shoot 2. 1:38 left. Down by 3. This is the first of 2.
This will probably hurt the Kings in the end.
Misses the second of 2. They have missed way too many free throws in this first half so far. Sammy Fanfan just driving up the court. Oh, wide open. Dean with a strong offensive board. Can't finish though. Ricketts looks for Ross. Ross, a nice pass!
That was beautiful ball movement. It was beautiful
Bobby put the
ball movement right there.
That was beautiful ball movement. Taquan Ross was so unselfish. Just looked down, saw his wide open man, and gave him a nice bounce, a nice pass. And that's good ball movement. Sammy Fanfan, oh, ill-advised shot. Menajar goes and gets the ball. And we're going to get a foul. Is that Dean? No, it's not Dean. That's a pair and a half on Leonard Michelle. A pair and a half.
Kings are in the
We got
bonus.
Menajar at the line shooting the bonus, the 1-and-1. They need to start making some free throws. They're down by 1. They can go into this halftime with a lead. It'd be nice. 45 seconds left. Makes the first of the 1-and-1. I see 17s. It's a second or 2. Is the back end of the
Kings
1-and-1.
take the lead with
James
22
Dean.
seconds
Oh,
left on the
he's
clock.
going to take it all the way. But he can't finish. And someone lost their shoe. Who was it? Who? Take one. If you are a Kings coach, you could not be. He just stopped to put his shoe on. And the middle of the... Why he's on defense? What are you doing? They just scored on him because he stopped to put his shoe on. How do you lose your shoe anyway? Not tying him up tightly?
That happened to me last year in the playoffs against the Celtics.
Did they laugh at you?
Yep.
I probably was there and I probably laughed at you. If I did, I'm very sorry.
It's okay. Don't worry.
Kings coaches are probably telling him to tie up those sneakers and then come up again. He's coming out. Oh, that would just make me sick if I was that the coach of the Kings.
Yeah, don't forget to plug ATL Live.
You watch the game today, show?
We watch ATR.
You just watched that other one,
You can watch ATR on ATR Live.
Shakira's got the steal. Fan kicks it over to Dean for a 3.
And as Nestor Tully reminded all the fans in attendance today, you can catch up on all the action of Around the Rim and the Malden Neighborhood Basketball League each and every Thursday on MATV Channel 3 live at 7:30. Or if you can't catch it live at 7:30 on Channel 3 on Thursdays, you can go to atllive.com.
At the end of the first half, we got the Bullets with 22, the Kings with 20. What do you think about the first half, Sean?
First half, the Bullets, they did not work their offense. They did not go to Shakir Samakson.
No,
They need to do that.
They didn't work their offense in the inside like they're supposed to. The Kings missed way too many free throws in that first half. If both of those things change, I'm looking for a very exciting second half. Kings are playing great defense. But for Sean Hickey, go rough, go behind the camera, and Evil Andy will be seeing you in the second half. And we are back here in the second half. We got Sean Hickey, just a reminder, be on the mic with Evil Andy and Go Ref Go behind the camera, who is now mic'd. First half was very sloppy on both sides. There was a lot of turnovers. They need to stop making turnovers both sides. Kings need to make free throws when they get to the line, and Bullets need to work the offense.
Yeah, I had to get Mike to pick up your slack.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you care.
More than you know. More than I should.
Manager.
You know, one thing you guys only mentioned but didn't really discuss, well, actually, you did discuss it a little bit, I shouldn't say that, but I want to bring it up once more in the second half for those who are just tuning in. The Bullets, if the Bullets beat the Kings today, there will be a forced one-game playoff on Sunday, tomorrow, to decide third place against the Hawks, or fourth place.
It would be decide third and fourth, yeah, because they have the same record.
Right. So if, hypothetically speaking, say the Bullets win today, because Bullets beat the Kings. Bullets play the Hawks tomorrow for third and fourth. Whoever loses tomorrow
Gets the Sixers.
Gets the Sixers in the first round. Who do you think has a better shot against the Sixers? I'm not asking Sean because he is the
Me?
Sixer.
Oh, I definitely think the Bullets have the much better shot at the Sixers. Didn't the Bullets beat the Sixers earlier this year, Sean?
Yes, they did.
That's why I said the Bullets have the chance of the Sixers. First loss. They gave them their first loss of the season. They know how to beat the Sixers. So, if you're the...
So saying that, would you want to lose against the Hawks tomorrow, or would you want to secure that third spot against the Sonics?
I would definitely want to lose because I believe against the Sonics, the Bullets are 0-2 this season. And it's a much harder contest for the Bullets against the Sonics, I believe, than the Bullets against the Sixers. Bullets know they can beat the Sixers if they play the same way they did when they beat them the first time.
I'm going to tell you something. I know Steve Wright. I've known him for a long time, almost over 10 years. I know Steve Wright wants to win every single game he can, and especially if it means going against a team in the playoffs that he was 0-2 against, because how sweet would it be to if you went 0-2 against a team to knock them out of the playoffs?
That would be nice.
I would love that.
Well, you can't do it because you beat every team.
Yeah, you beat everybody.
I'm just saying, though. I mean, if I were the Bullets and I lost to a team twice during the regular year,
Got swept. More than just lost, but got swept. Gotta say it. Gotta use the dramaticism. You got swept. You like that? Dramaticism. I just made that word up.
Yeah, that would actually be a very interesting stat if you could find. How many teams who went 0-2 against a team in the regular season went on to beat them in the dance?
Well, if Bradworth Benton was here, he'd be able to tell us, I'm sure. Nonetheless, it's 26-26. Well, this game's going to come down to the final shot, the final second. It's been like that all game.
I think it is. Ricketts driving. He can't make it. Jerome Dean with the rebound, and he's just running up. He's got Shakiris with him. Dean's going to go all by himself. Shakiris gets the rebound. Oh, he doesn't use the board. but it stays Bullet basketball.
Oh, and to comment more on what you guys what you had asked Sean earlier in the first half of what is the problems between these two teams, whether it's the Kings playing good defense or the Bullets playing poor offense. It is lopsidedly the Bullets playing poor offense more than the Kings are playing good defense, because the Kings really aren't playing good defense. The Bullets haven't been able to finish on their end of the hoop.
Timeout, Kings.
And that's the reason why this game is a close game, because it should be Bullets up over the Kings by at least 5 or 6 points.
Oh, yeah. The Bullets have blown some layups and rushed some shots they shouldn't have rushed.
And I don't know why Chris Vega's calling his timeout in the middle of the court.
Yeah.
Might as well be in the Bullets can't you get
a technical for being on the other side of the court doing a timeout?
I'm thinking 5 letters on Chris Vega. If we could add a 6th, I'd add a 6th. Even the referee's going,
yeah, you gotta go over that.
You guys are in the right spot here, guys. You guys are on the other side. Well, Chris is learning. He's learning. This is, you know.
They've given him control of the team the last few weeks.
Yeah, this is only his first couple of weeks.
Exactly. This is a learning experience. Now he knows not to do it again.
Well, we hope he does. Then.
McFeely looks, bad pass by McFeely. Over and back.
Backcourt.
Or backcourt, I'm sorry. I think Chris Vega was looking for some kind of tip there, because he started to say something, but stopped real quick.
It was just a bad pass.
Yeah, it was. Oh, Dean.
Sean, feel free to step in anytime.
And we got a jump ball.
Interject your expertise as a player anytime you want there, Sean.
Yeah, you
Getting
play
back
against
to
them.
the Bullets and the Hawks and whether or not the Bullets wants to win or lose, I would want to win. I mean,
that wasn't an issue. We know they want to win.
Of course, you never want to go into a game with the mentality that I want to lose this game. No matter what you say, you never go into.
I beg to differ, because I think, and I know if you watch Thursdays Around the Rim, we asked this question to Coach Chris Vega in the web, and I don't think he was 100% truthful, even though he says he was. But I think at one point in time, the Kings wanted to lose the remainder of their games because they wanted first pick. It ain't going to happen now. The best they can hope for is second pick.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I don't care what Chris Rogers, Glenn Higgins, or Chris Vega say, they were hoping to lose.
Oh, don't get me wrong. That comes into account as to how you feel at the game. But deep down, you never just want to go out and, like, absolutely lose. I think at one time they did want the first round pick, and they wouldn't, the first draft pick, and they wouldn't be upset if they lost.
They were joking, but I don't think so.
I definitely don't think the Kings would have been upset if they lost the remainder of their games and got the first pick. I know they wouldn't have been upset.
I mean, you get the first round pick.
First draft pick.
Yeah, the first overall pick next year. And hopefully you get...
And Dean comes away with that tap, and Ricketts plays great defense, but the ball stays with the Bullets. I'm sorry, go on, what were you saying?
And if you get the first overall pick, you want to get the best player that you believe that will help your team in the future.
Well, a lot of coaches actually in this league don't like the first pick. It puts so much pressure on you as a drafting team with your other coaches to pick the best person in the league and have no second guessing about it later in the down the road.
Not only does it put pressure on the team, it puts pressure on yourself as a player.
Yes.
I remember
Take
last
one off.
year.
Oh.
I remember last year we drafted Oljan Charter with our first pick. We had 2 picks in the first round last year. The first pick was OJ. He didn't want to come to play with us, but he came and he lived up to his the expectations.
We got another jump ball. Getting back to the game. Getting back to the game. We got another jump ball. Again, it's the second one in the third.
How many have we counted since the beginning of the game? 6 or 7?
Yeah, something like that.
Mays off for 3. That was off. But Ricketts with the O. puts it in the offensive board and then just falls away putting it in. And the Kings are pressing. You said this to me actually at halftime, Sean. You said if you press this Bullets team, they fall apart. And you know what? You have a point in that. They just almost turned the ball over at center court. Oh, and Taquan Ross just blocks Shakiris from behind. Kings basketball.
We have another tied game at 28 apiece. I'm telling you, it's going to come down to the final seconds of this game.
I may not want to be in the locker room if this game keeps on going the way it is. Taquan Ross gets the rebound. Oh, they're going to get a jump, and the Kings coaches are not happy. They were looking for the foul.
Just speaking about the wanting to be in the locker room, the situation is this. If you're a Bullets player and the Bullets lose, actually, let me start it this way. If you're a Kings player and the Kings lose, it's okay. They're not going to get too upset. But if you're a Bullets player and the Bullets lose, you do not want to be in that locker room.
No, you don't.
Right is going to be heated.
And the Kings have retaken this lead. It's 30-28. This press is confusing this Bullets team. The clientele out there is not the best to break this press.
It's surprising, too, considerably, because the Bullets are a so much better team than the Kings, and they should be able to break this press no problem.
Menajar open for three. He's going to take it. Ricketts with another offensive rebound, and he gets fouled taking it up. Who they got that on? They got that on... Oh, Diaz.
Ricketts will be shooting too.
That's not Diaz, is it? That's not Diaz. Who is that? What was that name? Suter Chantadine?
Yeah. He's that big guy.
That big guy, 15? Yeah.
The Bullets didn't register all their players at the beginning of the game. They did not check them all in.
I'm definitely thinking of 5 letters. Go, Ref, go.
I like to think that's probably on one of the assistants because Steve Wright has too much other things on his mind. He has to delegate that down to his assistants, and his assistants didn't quite get the job done.
And the Kings are shooting better free throws right now in the second half. Ricketts just made both of those free throws, and they're up by 4. Oh, not a good pass. Taquan Ross almost picks it off. The Bullets are not reacting to this press the right way. They're rushing those passes up court. They need to be calm when they're pressing you. Don't panic when you get the ball. Ricketts with another block.
You cannot dribble through a press.
No, you can't.
You need to pass out of the press.
The way to beat a press is to pass through the middle.
By the way, it's 32-28. That would be a combo of 60.
Jerome Dean just called for his. He's got a pair of fouls.
See, that's why we only do it on the 10. Because it's easy, man.
Yeah. Did you say that 32 plus 28 is a total of 60 yet?
You're kidding, right?
No.
Open your ears.
That's why I was asking.
Pay attention. Fan.
30-32. Fan just made an easy layup. They found a way to get through that press finally. They got to keep on doing it. They got to keep on going back to that.
Sean, what do you think the Bullets have to do to pull away from this Kings lingering, so to speak, to pull away from the Kings on the scoreboard here? What do you think they have to do? You're a player. Lay it on us.
They need to go inside. They need to stop fouling and go inside to Shakiris. He is probably one of the most dominant players in this league.
Coach, Andy, what do you think? About
How the Bullets can pull away? They got to go to Dean. The way to pull away is go to Dean. Let Dean start running this offense better, working it inside more. That's what they got to do. If they can't work it inside, they're not going to be able to pull away. And they keep on trying to dribble through this press. Why it may be working, it's not going to work all the time. They got to pass through a press.
Well, in a sense, it's really not working because they're playing catch-up every time, as you see right there. It's 34-32. The Bullets are playing catch-up every time. Wow. If we continue this way and we trade back and forth baskets, the Kings will come out victorious because the Kings are scoring the first points and the Bullets are responding. The Bullets need to score a couple of points unanswered by the Kings in order to take the lead and maintain the lead. And it's not happening here.
In another jump ball. That seems to be the theme today.
Like our ninth jump ball today.
That seems to be the theme today.
I'd go out on a limb on saying we've had more jump balls in this game than any one person has scored.
That's the far limb. The far limb.
Not that far.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's scored 10 yet, and we've had 9 jump balls. They're going inside. They're doing now what they need to, and they're starting to pull. They're going to start to pull away in the fourth quarter. Oh, Jerome Dean is foul at the 3-point line. That was definitely a foul, though. What about you?
Three from the line.
Did you see some smackage of the flesh?
With 0.1 1/10 of a, I can't get over Nessa Dudley.
A second?
Nessa Dudley needs to calm down on the microphone. 1/10 of a second left in the third period. 36-34, that's a combo of 70. Violation on the Kings. That means they'll only have 2 shots left.
He didn't make it anyway, so it's not like it hurt them.
Hey, calm down over there.
0.1 tenths of a second on the clock. Why would you call a foul?
Why would
Because
you call
he was
a foul?
fouled.
The foul happened. You call it.
He was definitely fouled shooting that 3. And by the way, Jerome Dean had just picked up his 3rd foul, which is a pair and a half.
And he hit his,
he had 2 of 3.
well, he hit 2 of 2, technically.
Technically, because the first foul
was
is
a violation.
exactly, yep. So we got 36s at the end of the third quarter.
You can't compete with go, ref, go when it comes to the rules, Andy. Come on. That's why they call me go, ref, go.
You should put on a striped shirt, go, ref, go.
One season I just may. It'll be the debut on camera of Go Ref Go. Nobody's ever seen me on camera.
How many
Nobody knows
technical
what
fouls would there be in one season?
on you? Several.
On everybody's
No, just on you.
Just on me, oh, okay.
And maybe Coach Higgins.
Well, for Evil Andy, I'm out of here. I got to go to the locker room. I got the next game. I think Sean is getting ready to depart too.
Actually, I'm going to check with Coach B. I'm going to check with Coach Beanie Amos and see if we can keep you here for the fourth quarter.
Huh?
We need him.
No. You need him?
Yeah.
Okay. He's yours.
I hate you, Beanie. Hey, Beanie, I'm going to run you over. By the way, while we're at a break, a little bit of a break.
Break's over.
No, I gotta say this.
Go ahead.
The Lakers coaches and Thursday's practice, which was the Lakers' last practice, scrimmaged the players. You know what the final score was?
47-22 coaches.
25-14. Coaches destroyed the players of the Lakers.
Hey, I wasn't too far off.
No, you weren't.
I only said that because I know Coach Amos probably was the high scorer of the coaches.
Actually, no, Joe Armstrong was.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about Joe Armstrong. Of course.
But he throws up like 30 shots a game, so you know.
Well, he did that when he was a player in the league.
It's why he scored 10 points a game.
When you throw up that many, the percentage has got to be in your favor.
Jerome Dean.
It's called the law of averages.
At the line.
It is.
Yes, Jerome Dean is the line. Misses the first one.
Makes the second one. 1 point lead.
We are beginning the final quarter of possibly the last game, or not possibly, definitely the last game of the Kings. And I'm sure the Kings would love to end the last quarter on top.
Taquan Ross got blocked by D, but they're going to call a foul, and that's his 4th foul. He needs to be careful.
What did the wall let him do to him?
He needs to be really careful about getting 2 technicals, because if he gets 2 technicals, he is done for the playoffs.
One, so.
But he needs to be careful, because hitting the wall like that, they can double T you in a heartbeat. And then you're suspended for the playoffs.
Let me tell you something. As a referee, if somebody's banging the wall like that, you're not going to call a technical on him, Andy. Unless you know for a fact that he's directing it towards you. And the way you do that is if what he's saying is if he's saying anything verbal. But if he's just pounding the wall like that, you're not going to give him a technical because he could be frustrated at himself. And if you do give him a technical, you shouldn't be a referee, Andy. So don't call what you know. I told you at the beginning of the game, call what you know.
You cannot compete with go ref go.
Yes, I can. I can't in my mind.
Call what you know.
And the Kings call a timeout.
There you go. That you know. And you know what else you know?
Oh, that's right. Thank you.
You know what else you know? It's 37-37, and we got a tie ball game again.
And we're in the 4th quarter.
Very good.
I'm on a roll now.
Yeah, you can say that again. I rolled downhill. A snowball. Which is where the Bullets may be going if they lose this game against the Kings.
I would know.
Because
I
it
want to
doesn't.
be in that locker room.
Basically, what I'm saying is that plays on their psyche going into the playoffs. Losing against a 2 and whatever the team's record is. 3.
Well, it definitely does. You would much rather win this game.
You have to. I think you have to win this game if you're the Bulls. You have to.
If you lose this game,
despite the seeding, it's a psyche thing.
Yeah, exactly. I think exactly what you're saying. Also, if you lose a team to a team that is at the bottom of the league going into the playoffs, it does affect
momentum
your
is not on your
There's
favor.
no momentum. When you play the next game, you got nothing going for you.
And that's why I say this is a must-win for Steve.
Rejected by
Bullets.
I think the next 2 games will be must-wins. Even that playoff tomorrow is a must-win.
This is a bigger game than tomorrow's game. This game is a much bigger game than tomorrow's game. But you're right, both games are huge. They're both must-win games for the Bullets.
Oh, we got an offensive foul on Shakiris.
I like this ref. He's always animated as he makes his calls all season long. I am animated when I make my calls too. So that's why I like that.
You know, I'd actually really like to see you ref something, whether it's umpiring.
Well, then come down to a baseball game during the summer. Because there ain't a day during the summer, unless it's raining out, that I ain't umpiring. From May to August.
And Ricketts hit a turnaround jumper.
Take a 2-point lead.
39-37.
Coach
Oh, Taquan Ross with the tip.
Taquan Ross just took that ball and ran with it.
Stays with the Kings. Taquan Ross is all over the place. See, the problem that the Bullets are facing now, though, is they're playing without Jerome Dean, who has 4 fouls, and who they're saving, I'm guessing, for the last few minutes of this game because it's going to be close. They've got to play tough right now. They got to pull it together and play tough because they could be down by 6 to 8 points by the time he gets back in there.
Shaq has three fouls now. Bobby without at the line. He misses the first one.
And Shakiris is not happy coming off the bench.
And there was an error buzzer. There was an errant buzzer on the scorer.
And Coach Mark Gagnon is not happy. He's getting up saying there was a buzzer. Why is that basket counted?
Because...
Oh, no. I know why the basket counting.
Right.
I'm saying what he's thinking.
I think, though, the basket should absolutely count because the basket did not affect the play.
The buzzer did not affect the play.
happened after the basket. Not before the basket. The buzzer happened after the basket. And the reason how I know this is because he went to go change the score and he hit the wrong button. So obviously the buzzer happened after the basket, so Mark Gagg needs to calm down because it had no bearing on the play and the lack of intelligence by his Bullets team running the opposite way instead of going after the rebound, quite frankly.
And the Bullets are starting to fall apart. They need to pull this together. Oh, and they got travel on the Bullets.
Absolutely.
That was they need to calm down. I would call timeout if I was Mark Gagnon.
It's a tense game right now for the Bullets, for the players and the coaches. They're losing by 4, and they only have about 4 minutes left.
Oh, nice pass by Menajar. Fan travel. Oh no, Carey.
Guys need to find a seat.
I knew it was a travel by Carey.
Guys need to find a seat.
We got exactly 4 minutes left to go. Oh, we got a technical foul and a double technical.
Who is it on?
He was just tossed. He is going for the playoffs. I believe in the bylaws he may be going for the playoffs.
This ref is absolutely, this play is absolutely out of control. But we're not going to talk about it. Let's find out what the technical was for.
He is heated.
Kenny.
Number 6.
I don't know where Steve Wright is. I don't see him over there.
Where is Coach Coleman?
41-37. It's a passionate Bullets team. That's all we'll say about that. I'm thinking 5. If I could add 7 or 8 more letters to that, I would.
Yeah, I would too.
Absolutely uncalled for, and I hope Commissioner Mizanson throws him out of the league. And that's echoing probably the sentiments.
Well, he at least will most likely be done for the year. At the very least.
The year is over.
Well, he won't be able to participate in the playoffs, at least.
He shouldn't be able to participate for a good portion of next year if he elects to come back.
I would agree.
Absolutely uncalled for. And the Bullets will be shooting.
There'll be 4 free throws, I believe, here, because there was a double technical call, and they get the ball.
And they'll have possession with exactly 4 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter, up by 4. Four's a Wild. And if they secure this victory, we won't be coming back tomorrow.
We won't be. I won't have to come down tomorrow. I'll have a day off.
Don't matter to me either way. I don't mind coming down there each and every Saturday and Sunday for the months of January, February, and March.
We don't mind. It's better when we don't have to come.
Come on down and support the local Baldwin Neighborhood Basketball League. It's a good cause. Keeps the kids out of trouble. Well, most of the kids. Those that have cool heads. At least they're not getting arrested.
That's true. Oh, Sadi makes the first.
A little back rim bounce, side rim bounce, and it goes in. He did the cross. Full back.
I got you.
And it went in.
He did it.
No, not quite. He only did half.
He only got
front and back. So he hit the first 2. He's got 2 more.
Hit the third off. This is a 7-point lead. This is backbreaker.
This is the nail in the coffin for this game against the Bullets if he hits this one, I believe. But you never know. There's still plenty of time left.
If they can get
still plenty of time left. The Bullets can still make a comeback.
I think if they hit a 3-pointer here, this game is over.
4 minutes left there, Andy. There's plenty of basketball left to play.
The Bullets aren't showing their explosive scoring
No, but you know what? Maybe that fired them up.
Hopefully it did. Hopefully it fired them up a little bit.
If positive can come out of what just happened, maybe the Bullets will get fired up and they'll play this game with a little bit more intensity there.
Hopefully. And Dean and Shakiris are both back in there. Dean has 4 and Shakiris has 3, so they got to be very careful out there. Shakiris very, very patient after getting that offensive board. Just waited for his opportunity to go back up.
And was that the same player, by the way? I don't want to talk about it too much, but was that the same player, by the way, who we were talking about all game about being careful. Got to be careful.
No,
No.
that's Dean we've been talking about.
I couldn't see who. I didn't even know who was thrown out. I couldn't really see who it was. I had to go off microphone for a second while we have this break. Hold on.
3:10 to go. We got free throws, and Dean is shooting. Misses the first. It's a 5-point game. You think it's gonna be? Who do you think is gonna prevail? 3 minutes left. Who's gonna prevail, Mr. Hickey?
If I was a betting man, I would have to say the Kings.
I would say the Kings too.
But the simple fact with that problem
Yeah.
with the Bullets.
And he made the second of the 2 free throws. We're down to 3 minutes left in this game. It's a 4-point game.
Hey, Phoenix.
Oh, and a save!
Saved by.
Bullets need to slow it down now, and they do. Fan's smart and slows it down. Dean's gonna drive. Taquan Ross gets the rebound. Ricketts. Tazati. Back to Ricketts. Inside to Ricketts. Oh, he uses the glass. It's a 6-point game.
I told you, nothing is beyond. There's plenty of basketball still left to play, Andy.
I still think the Kings got it. Oh, Ricketts just got in the way of that shot.
Well, that's what he's supposed to do.
Oh, they need a squeeze. McFeely gets the squeeze and gets it to Sadi.
Good defense.
And here comes Ricketts. They're at double dribble.
You can only use one hand at a time here in this league.
Well, you can use both hands, but of course you're going to get called for double dribble.
Here you go.
You can use both hands on Pluto.
Can you
Really? Have you
dribble a ball,
been here? Do you know that for a fact?
Can you even dribble on Pluto is my question. Oh, and a steal!
Thank God, because that ball was coming right for us. It was 3D in your living room.
Yeah.
And for anybody who has a high-def TV, they're jumping out of the way right now.
Shakiris is going to drive on Ross. Oh, he can't finish. Oh, and a heads-up play by Sam Fan. I can't throw it with my left hand. That ball got up close and personal with the cable cast booth. Oh, turnover, another one. Foul on Shakiris. That's 4 fouls. That's 2 pair. Go, Rev, go.
And that's not who you want to be fouling.
No, it's not.
He hit 3 out of his 4 technical free throws. He'll probably hit both of these. The Bullets are falling apart, Andy. They cannot maintain possession.
I said at the 4-minute mark, they started to lose their cool just a little bit.
They more than losing their cool, they can't maintain possession.
This is the first one.
They are losing their cool.
And Jerome Dean. Jerome Dean has just been fouled out.
Well, you know, he kept mouthing off all the way down the other end of the court. He just didn't keep.
He just got double technical. That's bad for the Bullets.
That's stupid.
That was just stupid by Jerome Dean. Now he can't play in the playoffs.
Coach Steve Wright. When I say this, I don't mean any disrespect to the coaches
no.
the Bullets, but they are absolutely losing control here.
Yeah, this is. If you're a Bullets coach, this is actually kind of embarrassing because you just lost 2 of your good players.
Unbelievable.
It is. There's no excuse for losing your cool like that. He's got 6 free throws coming up because he had the double technical plus, actually 5, I'm sorry, because he's already shooting 1. So he's got 5 free throws coming up. Plus the ball with minute 40 left.
I think they're saying only 4.
They're only saying 4? Okay.
4. I think that's what he just said. They're only giving him 4. But he's got 1 and they're giving 4 to somebody else.
Okay, so.
Sean
Sean?
McFeely makes the first.
We'll shoot the technicals.
Makes the second. That's an 8-point lead.
And if you're the Kings, and let's talk about this for a minute, because we're talking about the Bullets, but let's talk about the Kings for a second. If you're the Kings, you don't want to win this like this.
No, you don't.
You don't want to win like this. You want to win a highly competitive, fair and square game. You don't want to win with the Bullets technically out.
McFeely here, no, because they now have 4. They now in the last 4
Don't get me wrong, the Kings will take a win any way they can, but you don't want to win like this. And Coach Chris Rogers came up and said something, probably friendly to Mark Agnew, saying, hey, listen, I don't know exactly what he said, but we feel bad about this. But they got to feel bad about winning like this.
You're absolutely right, because 6 of the points of those 9 that they lead by have come as free throws as a result of double technical fouls. So it's tough.
It is tough.
So not only lose a game this way, but winning a game like this, it's not fun. You want the best team to win each time you play. I mean, you want to win, but...
Absolutely.
And now they're just going to hold the ball out. Oh, Rick, it's wide open down low, and he gets fouled by...
What they should do with a minute and a half, there is no shot clock in this league, so you could hold it for a minute and a half, minute 23 seconds to be exact, but they probably won't. But
no.
what they should do is hold it for as long as you can, make the Bullets foul you to bring you to the line, and you go from there. And that's what should be the Kings' mentality for the next minute 23 seconds. Whether that happens or not remains to be seen, and that's happened quite a bit in this league where that doesn't happen.
Rick hits the first one.
This is the second one.
Ivy does loses control of the ball.
No, hold it. Never do that. That's how they break. Yeah, Chris, I'd go see what's up. Kenny might need some help.
Travel.
Hey, give me one of those mics. Banaco. I'm here with Coach Banaco Stroud of the Hawks. You've just locked up with third place. How do you feel?
We feel good, man. We just waiting the next week to play and hopefully make it to the big dance next Sunday.
Well, good luck, Coach.
Thank you, man.
51-42 with 38 left on the clock.
I just said Sean, I just interviewed Coach Banaco Stroud of the Hawks, saying that he just locked up third place. I say that only because there's 20 seconds left and it's an 11-point lead by the Kings. That's taking nothing away from the Bullets. I just want to make that clear.
Thank you.
Very good, Joe Afko. And the Hawks treat for clinching the third spot. They will be playing the Sonics.
Hey, Beanie. Zero, we're done. With 0 seconds left, he was fouled before the buzzer, so he will be shooting 3 points, and then we'll wrap up the game because this is over. It's 53-2 43, and it may change in about 2 more shots.
45.
You think it'll go to 45? You think it'll hit all 3? You think it'll hit all 3?
Like I said, nah.
Nope. And that's the game.
And at the end of the game, you have the Kings 53, Bullets 43. The Bullets absolutely lost their cool in this game. 2 players were ejected with double technicals. It was just a tough game. Kings played great in the second half. They got the intensity going. Sean, what's your feelings on this game?
I thought that the Bullets would pull it out, but they just lost their composure.
Go Phil, you got anything?
Nope.
Then for Evil Andy behind the mic, Sean Hickey of the Sixers, and Go behind the camera. We'll be seeing yous at the games.